Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. When Raila Amolo Odinga intensified calls for demonstrations to fight for the cost of living, electoral justice, among other things, the Kenya Kwanza Brigade came out with guns blazing, and they accused the former president Uhuru Kenyatta of financing Raila's demonstrations to frustrate Kenya Kwanza government to ensure that it failed, because according to them, they felt that the Zimie fraternity had not accepted that there was a government in place, and so they declared that they were not going to allow Uhuru Kenyatta to use his money to frustrate Ruto's government.
Uhuru Kenyatta, because you are the principal sponsor of the demonstrations being orchestrated by Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is a mercenary for hire, hired by Uhuru Kenyatta. Na hiyo sio mambo ya kudanganyana.
Our former president, come out, Uhuru Kenyatta, and you tell us your position on this madamano.
These people who are sponsoring this mzee should stop living in denial.
After that statement, ladies and gentlemen, Rigathi Gachagua, Kimani Ichung'wah, and Ndindi Nyoro decided to employ dirty tactics to stop what they thought was the only way to curtail Uhuru's financial influence in Azimio. They decided to invade Uhuru's Northland farm, took away the sheep, cut trees, and burnt that farm. Of course, you know that they also went to Raila's Spectrum, East African Spectrum Company, tried to gain entry, but they were thwarted. Then they decided frustrating Uhuru's family, including the mother and the children there. And then they even unleashed goons, killing people on the street. The police was given an order of shoot to kill, were killed during the demonstrations. And remember the attempt to kill Raila. And they apprehended many of the Azimio supporters. But the mega plan was to hire leaders to take over the Jubilee Party, because they believed that Jubilee gets some quite substantial amount of money from the political party's fund, and they felt that this money was part of the money that was being used to sponsor the demonstrations. And so very quickly they hired Kanini Kega, Sabina Chege, Eden Kenan, among other people, to ensure that they hijacked the Jubilee Party from Uhuru Kenyatta. And Kanini Kega accepted to be used, because David Murathe is revealing that in the very few months that they tried to hijack this party, and of course, you know, they were being aided by the government. That is why the political parties dispute tribunal was with them, and the office of the Register of Political Parties was also with them. They could change signatories and names anyhow. And within a short period, Murathe tells that the signatories to the Jubilee Party's account were changed, and people like Kanini Kega and the new team decided to use that opportunity and their influence to withdraw a whopping 90 million shillings that has been misused, and this case is in court.
By the way, those people are supposed to be the equivalent of a judge of a high court. And if they don't know, let them take notice. Because the conspiracies that have been here between themselves and the renegades and the office of the political party registrar is now becoming a joke. These are the same fellows who gave notice that their intention to remove Murathe and Kini, and the registrar, as per the law, give a 7-day notice to the members of the public to complain or otherwise. Even before the 7 days were over, she changed signatories to the Jubilee bank account. Those people went and stole 90 million shillings from the Jubilee account. Huyo Kanini Kega amenunua nyumba Malindi 45 million. Sijui hiyo ingine waligawana namna gani. We are in court on that one. The court has issued to the Equity Bank, wapatie Secretary General, wampatie account ya chama ya Jubilee. Because we went to court and we got a court order stopping them from interfering with the accounts of the party. Na hii pesa sio yetu, ni yenu na ni ya taxpayer. They claimed that they were paying staff, which the bank has a schedule of staff, and you can transfer the money internally. When we took the legal lawyer's order from the court, they went ahead and transferred it to themselves and some fake companies online, because the director of legal at Equity Bank, when they went to withdraw money, presented them with a court order and told them, I'm sorry, we cannot give you money, we have an order from the court. So they cleverly use online, kwa sababu online hakuna mtu anaona. Mnajua hiyo? That is how they stole our money. And that case is coming up. Immediately we have the full statement from Equity Bank.
Ladies and gentlemen, if whatever David Murathe is saying is true, then Kanini Kega and the team will be in trouble. As we delve into these latest allegations, kindly allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell, like and share our videos. To all our esteemed support base, and to say thank you and may God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, Kanini Kega is one person I believe is very wise. He should have known that our politics is a kind of use and dump, and he should have set its limits. There is a limit to which you can play your theatrics and mischief. If it is true that Kanini Kega got his hand into the Jubilee Party's funds and misused it, then I can assure you that his time is over, because already the talks in Bomas have identified credibility and respect to political parties and coalitions. Fidelity to those parties have been discussed, and that is why Sabina Chege lost her seat as the deputy minority chief whip. It first went to the courts, and in a Kiambu court, when Sabina Chege had appealed against a letter that was written by Opiyo Wandayi, who is the minority leader, to relinquish that seat. When she went to appeal, the courts declined to grant her the ability to stay in that position. And of course, Wetangula, who had also been working very closely with the Ruto, is a Kenya Kwanza speaker, so to speak, changed tune, and Sabina Chege was declared out of that seat, out of that office, and she's going to lose all the benefits. So Kanini Kega should know that he's the one who is next, because William Ruto has abandoned him. Recently, he went to Inoro TV and shocked many when he said that they were duped when William Ruto promised what he cannot implement. So number one, he's going to be left entirely in the hands of Azimio. His fate is going to be in the hands of Uhuru Kenyatta, in the hands of David Murathe, in the hands of people like Jeremiah Kioni. And you know that what that means, because he tried to take away that party from them. And so he is going to lose his seat as the East African Legislative Assembly Member of Parliament. Because when they sit down as a party and is found guilty, they will have no business with him, because he's biting the same hands that is feeding him. I understand that Kanini Kega, Sabina Chege, people like Murathe took a very difficult position when the entire Mount Kenya had swallowed the lies from Kenya Kwanza, and that region was painted yellow. But people like Kanini Kega stood by Uhuru's side, and I really feel for them. They should have stuck by Uhuru to this moment. But now, you know, they have made a U-turn that is going to work against them, because the entire Jubilee Party is going to kick him out, so he's going to lose that seat. Number 2, Kanini Kega might go to jail, because stealing money is a crime, and there is no way you can say that we looted on behalf of someone. There comes a time when you carry your own cross. He cannot claim that I stole on behalf of Rigathi Gachagua, or I stole on behalf of Uhuru Kenyatta, or on behalf of William Samoei Ruto. And so he's going to carry his own cross. He's going to face the bar alone. And when he is found guilty, he's going to jail alone. And this will serve as a lesson. Number 3, Kanini Kega might not be allowed to contest for any political seat for a period of 10 years, I think. The same thing that happened to Mike Sonko. When you are found guilty of perpetuating a crime as a result of your influence in a political seat, then he will no longer, he's going to be denied, he's going to be declared not fit to vie for any electoral seat for a period of time or forever. And number 3, Kanini Kega is going to lose credibility among his people. You know, in the Kenyan culture, sometimes when you steal, you run back to your people and you tell them, I was stealing on your behalf. But in this case, Kanini Kega will be seen as part and parcel of the people who are frustrating Uhuru Kenyatta, the people who are frustrating the Jubilee, who are frustrating the entire Kenyatta family. And the mischief is going to be heaped wholly on him. And so when he gets back, you know, right now, the Mount Kenya fraternity has realized that they were being duped. The promises that were given are no longer being implemented. Even Kanini Kega himself alluded to those facts. When William Ruto goes to that area, he launches projects of Uhuru Kenyatta. And so they have realized that they were lied to. So he will not have any defense. People are going to look at him as a thief, as a man who is against the progress of the Kenyatta family, as a man who was part of the group that cheated them. So he's going to lose credibility among his people. So be very careful when you are fighting a fellow brother or sister in the political scene, because things change very fast. Enemies become friends and friends become enemies. And so, ladies and gentlemen, Kanini Kega will sweat it alone.